everybody, welcome back to Midvale Minis. Today I'm starting on my half-scale Vampire's Lair. It's a glass coffin. I got it last year. And in this video, I'm going to be adding the walls. So the inside of the coffin is going to be red satin to look like the inside of a coffin. And then I'm going to be lining that with black paper so that when you look at it from the outside through the glass, it looks like the outside of a coffin. Then I'm going to be putting in the flooring, and I'm going to do a few other odds and ends like that. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so that you don't miss the rest of this project. Let's get started on our coffin.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to take my fireplace and I want to put in some brick at the bottom. Now I've already measured it out. I put a little line right here where I'm going to cut this embossed paper, and then this is going to go right in front of that, like that. So I'm seeing some light coming through the back. I think I'm just going to take another piece of black cardstock and just put it over what's there. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now I'm going to put this aside to dry, and I'm going to begin working on these red satin lining for the inside of the coffin. I'm going to cut pieces of chipboard to fit into each one of these areas. The only one that's not going to get it is this one over here, because that's going to be like, it's going to have drape and the couch in front of it. So everybody else is going to get covered with chipboard and then red satin. Okay, so here's a little update. I did 2 of the panels, and here's what they're going to look like inside. And here's the second piece, and it's going to go like that. So right now I have both of the big pieces done. I'm going to be doing that piece, this piece, and this piece. This one doesn't get it. What I did was I cut the chipboard to the size that I wanted, and then I put the red satin over it, and I used Gorilla Wood glue and glued the back, and I used my clover iron to seal it in, so it's nice and firm and ready to go.
I'm gluing a piece of cardstock to the back of each piece. Then I'm going to put it in between 2 pieces of wax paper and put it under a heavy book so it prevents warping. Then I'm going to cut out the back piece of the flooring. Okay, so I printed out this half-scale flooring. I downloaded it from Etsy. I can leave a link in the description below if you're interested. And then I printed out a second copy because it's not quite long enough. What I've done is I've cut off, it looks a little bit like a New York skyline or something. I've cut off random links so that when I line it up like this, you don't see a straight line all the way across. I also took some black paint and just very carefully went around each one. It's a little time consuming, but then when you put it on here and you glue it down, it's a lot less obvious. And then put my template over it. So it's actually not even gonna take up much of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna let it dry. I've added a little bit of extra paint, and it looks a little bit like this spot is a little dark here, but I'm not actually worried about it. Most of the floor is gonna be cut away. So it's only gonna be a small area here. Just this tiny a bit right here. I'm probably gonna have a rug over it anyway. So I'm now going to attach the black template to the back of this and then cut out this piece. I'm adding a little bit of shading with watered down black paint for the brick area. I think it's a little bit too bright. While I have the watered down black paint out, I'm going to be covering this little coffee table because it has some imperfections in the coloring. Now that the flooring is dry, I'm going to try fit in there and then glue it into place. Next, I'm cleaning the glass panel and attaching each one of the red satin pieces to the sides of the wall. Once again, I'm covering it with wax paper and weighing it down to prevent warping. And here you can see the inside and the outside. It's really starting to take shape and I love how it looks. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this project. See you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.